Chapter 21. Prince Andrei looked at Tushin and walked away without saying anything. He felt distressed and sad. It was all so strange, so unlike what he expected. And this sentence, to me, is kind of the focus, the whole summation of this whole series of chapters of the war. In this chapter, we see both Rostov and Nikolai Rostov and Andrei. And despite in Rostov's case, he has this sort of heroic, idealistic, romantic version of being a hussar and part of the war. And Andrei is just really believing this is an opportunity for him to do something significant. And they're both being shown the realities of life and war they're just not fitting up to their imagination of it. In Andrei's case, we wonder if it will just reinforce for him and have him turn back inward into depression and kind of a jaded kind of personality, a pessimistic personality. Will this strengthen this in him, or will it be kind of a doorway for him to see that it's not really the external world that is the root cause of these confusions and disappointments within him, but it's his own mind's imagining of it that is coming into conflict with life as it is. And very similar, but in a different way, with Nikolai as well. And so this kind of glorification of war this idea of it is being brought low or being brought into question. And there's some really kind of nice little paragraphs here talking about Bagration and Tushin and Nikolai's interaction with Tushin, how Tushin is kind to him, gives him a seat on the carriage pulling the cannon. But you can see how just distraught Nikolai is, and he's just pleading to be given a ride. He's in tremendous amount of pain, his shoulder, his arm. He's not fatally injured or anything like that. And so even so, we've seen this aspect of war, and it's largely been from this perspective of these people like Nikolai and his soldiers, kind of just this great anticipation and excitement. And we're just getting glimpses and hints of this other side that just moments later, just the devastation, the carnage, the fear, the panic, the insanity of it, even though we're just kind of stepping our toe into this aspect of it, it's enough to kind of just throw these idealistic thoughts as being somehow unfounded, and somehow that this is not going to hold up, in terms of a psychology. And Nikolai's completely confused. He has, he's has these dreams of his mother, his family, the people who love him, and all this that he's grew up with his whole life. And here, it seems like no one loves him and no one's caring for him. And it's, it's just like a young man, just kind of just flipping through these extreme ponderings. But this sentence, Prince Andrei, he comes to Tushin's defense. Prince Bagration says here, Prince Bagration, apparently not wishing to be severe, found nothing to say. And this is when the officers are talking together, giving him a report, and they're kind of not telling the truth of things were, but it's just chaotic. as well, and they're just giving their report as much as they can in some sort of orderly way. But it was never ever orderly. There's nothing orderly about it. And it's like Prince Bagration kind of knows this. He's getting these reports. He's questioning Tushin, who's lost some artillery. And Prince Andrei comes to his defense. You know, it's primarily Tushin, the only reason we are more devastated than we are. And Prince Andrei is just really distraught at this whole scene, this whole playing out of this day, this last couple days. And I really wonder what impact this is going to have on him. And Nikolai, I'm really intrigued to see, you know, will they just kind of, once they get back to safety and to some other context, will they just kind of reinforce the old thoughts they have? Or how will their thinking changed? Will it be threatening? Will it be fearful to them? Will it be destabilizing? Or will it be liberating, you know, for both these young men? And so I think that one sentence to me just stood out compared to them all. And there's kind of a number of very nice interactions in this chapter, but I'm not going to highlight that. It's just this one. He felt distressed and sad. It was all so strange, so unlike what he expected. And in the end, Rostov is just having these thoughts. No one cares about me. There's no one to help me or take pity on me. So, you know, as humans, you know, we have these extremes of emotions, you know, just moments before it's just this hurrah, now it's like these very desperate, no one loves me, what's the point of everything thoughts. And it says here right at the end of the chapter, the next day the French did not renew their attack, and the remnant of Bagration's detachment was reunited with Kutuzov's army.